We're celebrating Mandela today in our Espresso Kitchen, and as we know, Tata Madiba was such a great advocate for bringing people together, and today we thought we might just try something different. We're going to bring tastes from different cultures together, and here to make that happen is Jonathan Molden. Hello, Jonathan. Good to have you in studio.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
It's good to have you here. Now, today, what are we going to be making? What different tastes are we bringing together?
Okay, yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, I think this dish really represents something that, that Madiba was all about, basically, which was bringing people together and bringing different cultures together. So this dish really sort of symbolizes that, if you will. It's a bit of a different combination normally of what we would normally see with a slider. Yeah. But today what we're going to use is we're going to use boerewors meat, which is just basically boerewors meat that's been taken out of the casings. Okay. A kind of Morogo style wilted spinach. Nice. And some chakalaka. Ooh, that sounds fantastic. Exactly. That's wonderful. All right, so how shall we start? Cool, so basically what we've got is some very thinly sliced onions just frying off quite softly in a pan over here. Yeah. And what we're going to do is, because this is going to be the start of our Morogo. Okay. And the Morogo normally is kind of like a bit of a wilted leafy vegetable. Yes. So it doesn't have to be spinach, it can be, you know, some kale, it can be different, anything really, you know, but it kind of, what I've done today is just something that we can find very generally in our supermarkets, which is just some little baby spinach. Okay, fantastic. So I have added the garlic afterwards. Do you want me to stir that for you? Yes, yeah, perfect. It smells amazing already, hey? The garlic, it's the garlic. Very nice. Cool, so it's going to cook for a little bit, and basically what we're doing is we're also adding the garlic after we added onions, because the garlic sometimes can burn a little bit before. Yes. So it's a little bit afterwards. So it's sweated off nicely there. Nice. And I'm just going to add like a little handful, just a little handful, I'd say, of some baby spinach, and that's going to wilt very, very nicely. I really do like baby spinach. Me too. A lot. Okay, and that's it. A little bit of sharing is caring there. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add a little secret ingredient, which is a teaspoon of peanut butter. Okay. Not normally what you do, but basically it just gives it a really nice kind of like nuttiness to it. And it brings it all together, kind of binds it. So that's also going to go into the pan, and it'll kind of melt a little bit with the heat as well. Awesome. Cool, so as you're just giving that a bit of a stir, I'm going to start with the sliders, the actual meat. Okay. So we've got a little bit of boerewors meat that's been taken out of the casing. Sometimes it's a little bit drier than others, and so I've got some breadcrumbs here. That is, if necessary, you just sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumbs to dry it out a little bit so it binds nicely together. Cool. But this is actually fine. So I'm just going to get my hands, and I'm just going to make these into little patties. Okay. Very, very simple. Just squeeze it out of the boerewors meat, out of the casings. Everyone's got a little bit of boerewors in their house, I'm sure. Where I come from, those look more like fricadelles. Fricadelles, exactly. Yeah. Look at those. Those are turning into little fricadelles. Like fricadelles. So you can make them quite flat, or you can make them into little rounder ones. And you just pop that into a pan with a little bit of olive oil or some normal vegetable oil, and you fry that for about 3 or 4 minutes. And what's nice about the boerewors meat is everything's practically already done for you. Exactly, exactly. All the spices are already there. The seasoning, yeah, I mean, you've got a really nice sort of cloves and some, you can put a little bit of black pepper. It's all inside there already, and some coriander. Nice. Gonna just give my hands a little bit of a clean. How's my Morogo doing here? It's looking perfect, perfect. Yeah, very, very good. It smells divine. Yeah, so you just want to wilt it a little bit. You don't want to cook it too much, and you don't want to lose the color. Okay. So you actually can pop that into there. Okay. All right. This is my first time making this. Hey? First time for everything. Exactly. And normally what we do is we give it a little bit of a season afterwards. Nice. Just to make sure, with a little of salt and pepper, that it tastes good. So yeah, just turn that down a little bit. Okay. And you just keep an eye on it and give it a little bit of a brown each side. As I said, probably about 3 or 4 minutes aside. Awesome. All right. So this is going to go onto a slider, which is basically like a little mini burger. Yes. It's exactly like that. So we can see these here. You've got your buns. Very nice to give it a bit of a toasting. On either side, you can put it onto a flat pan, or you can put it into the oven. Just gives it a little bit of color, and it stops all the juices and stuff running into the roll. Wonderful. Should you put butter on there, or a little bit of olive oil? A little bit of olive oil is nice because it gives it a crispness to it. Yes. All right. And then once your fricadelles or sliders are done? Exactly. So basically, once those are done, you give it a turn over, nicely colored. We're going to top it with our country's favorite, the chakalaka. Love, love, love. Love chakalaka.
So while
Alright.
you're busy preparing that, if you would like this recipe for our mini boerewors, Morogo and chakalaka sliders, all you have to do is SMS the word wors, that's W-O-R-S, to 33728, and we will send you this delicious recipe, bringing tastes and different cultures, or rather tastes from different cultures together. And I must say, it's already looking, well, the finished product looks absolutely divine. I can't wait to give it a try. There we go.
Just going to top that
gorgeous.
with a little bit of the Morogo that's been done there. And we've got our burger and the chakalaka. Sometimes you can have spicy, sometimes it can just be a little mild one. Gives it a little bit of nice color as well. Top it with the bun. And then it's always nice to stick a little skewer inside just to keep everything together. There we go. Ta-da!
Well, before we get in on this, because we have to taste it.
Like, got to taste it.
We have to. We're going to take one quick look at how we made these beautiful chakalaka sliders.
Remove boerewors casings, roll into small patties, then fry until browned. Saute onions and garlic, then add peanut butter and spinach. Place patties onto rolls, top with Morogo and a spoonful of chakalaka. Secure with skewer.
Once again, that keyword is wors. SMS it to 33728, and you could be making these lovely mini boerewors chakalaka sliders over here. And Morogo as well.
And Morogo, exactly.
I love this combination.
Yeah. Here we go. So that's
done.
perfect in the pan. Those are done, basically, and that only took us 3 or 4 minutes or so.
You know what? I like meals that you can prepare so quickly and so easily, but they've got a little bit of sentiment behind it as well.
Exactly. It really is a sort of symbol of what Madiba was all about.
I love that. I love that. Well, Jonathan, you have done very well. Shall we tuck in?
I think you should. Have a taste.
I always like it when he comes here because he makes some really delicious, delicious things. But before we get in here, come on.
There you
Don't
go.
be shy.
I'll take this one, you take that one.
Okay, wonderful stuff.
One of each.
While we taste this, okay, here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. While we taste this, we'll see you right back after this. Good job, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Yummy.